Yes, people, what's going on? Zika Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comment section. This is the January transfer window, so let's do a little bit of a Arsenal transfer window update or Arsenal transfer news roundabout. We need to talk about some of the rumors. There's so many players, rumors being floated about all over the place. I think it's only right that we speak a little bit about each one, take a second or two to discuss some of the rumors, discuss some of the players that are being discussed. There just seems to be so many different names being thrown about, so many different rumors being thrown about, so many different individuals being thrown about. I just see it left, right, and center. Everywhere I go, I see Arsenal content, but I don't see enough people actually speaking about some of the players we're linked to. And the thing is, this is a very different January transfer window. Most likely, majority of the rumors that we're going to hear is going to be January transfer signings, lining us up for next season or the following couple seasons. So please do make sure you guys do follow along. Check out some of the content that I will be talking about. But before we go any further, we need to discuss some of the rumors and some of the players potentially incoming for Arsenal this upcoming summer. Now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and let's get straight into some of these rumors. Now, some of the stuff that I'm seeing, just some of the names I can give you guys right now. 1 second, let me just make sure the sound is off. Yeah, just to give you guys some of the names. Some of the names are in, some of the links are in the description. You have Rodrygo, you have Adeyemi from Dortmund. You have Brahim Díaz. We have Vini Jr. even has been linked. I don't agree with that one. I don't think that's going to actually happen. You have rumors about so many different rumors. So I think it's only right that we go in chronicle order from beginning to end. And I'm just gonna work my way backwards from the beginning. And we'll start with Adeyemi, and we'll work our way from there. Of course, there's Rodrygo. There's so many different rumors floating about, but we'll start with Rodrygo to Arsenal. Let's get this. Let me just clear all of these. So there's just so much stuff. Clear all. All right. There we go. So first things first, Rodrygo to Arsenal. And people in the comment section, while you guys are coming in, please do make sure you guys hit that like button. We need you guys to hit that like button. It helps out the channel massively. You guys don't understand how much it helps out the channel. It as you guys support the channel, it helps out so much. But yeah, so we're gonna do this together, and we're gonna check out each individual link and rumor. So Rodrygo is one of the first names that's always linked to us. And of course, while you guys are here, don't forget to check out OK Jersey. The link is right there. And of course, you can also check it out down here. The best shirts for £15, plus you get an 8% discount by using the name EGAL. So please do check it out. I have some kits myself here. If I could show you, I got the JVC. I got another JVC over here. I got another Arsenal home kit. I got an old school JVC. What else do I got? I got the old kit. I got some baseball and hockey stuff too. So yeah, check it all out, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go any further, let's go straight into some of the rumors. First things first. The first rumor of the day is Rodrygo, and we're going to talk about it. There is a lot to discuss in today's video, so we're going to get through each one and spend a little time on each rumor and report. This is the first one, and it is Rodrygo. In case you guys don't know, Rodrygo is available, and he does want to leave Real Madrid. Rumor is that he wants to leave Real Madrid. This report is coming from an outlet in Spain, which I don't rely upon when it comes to transfer news. I don't trust them. But regardless, we're going to point out that the Spanish outlet Fecheches claims that Arsenal have submitted a 60 million euros, which is £52 million offer for the midfielder Rodrygo. I'm not sure if that's a verbal agreement or whatever, but I just don't agree with that. I think we would hear more about it. David Onstein would have spoke about it. Fabrizio would have spoke about it. I just don't believe the reports that Arsenal have actually already made a bid for Rodrygo. It just doesn't make sense to me why we wouldn't hear more about it. If we actually did make a bid for Rodrygo, surely we would have heard more about it from now. Like, we would have already heard Rodrygo this, Rodrygo that. We would have heard more. I just don't agree that this is realistic. And there is other stuff, though, that we can speak about, like the fact that Rodrygo has stated that he wants to leave. Reports are that Rodrygo is open to leaving in January, and the 24-year-old winger has reportedly began talks with 2 agents to speed up the process of exiting Los Blancos when he's already won 2 Champions League titles, and Arsenal and Man City are said to be likely destinations, although City are looking to get Semenyo, while Liverpool are also monitoring the situation from a distance. Personally, for me, I wouldn't be surprised if he did end up at Liverpool. He would be the perfect player for them. He can play on the left. That is his position. He would add so much he would add a dynamic element to their team that they're missing. And I just don't think Arsenal at this moment in time is going to add such a big player to our team right now. We have everything kind of ticking over so well. Why add another big piece at this moment in time? It's not like we're short in that area. We have Martinelli, we have Trossard, we have Jesus who can play there, we have Madueke who can play there. And I'm not saying he's better. He's obviously better than them, but I just don't think Arsenal will now go and splash the cash without selling players, without some exiting players also. It doesn't make sense. With all the attacking options that we have, I do think we're probably going to see it out until the summer and let things fall where they may come the summertime. Hence why we haven't gone for Semenyo. Hence why Semenyo is going to City pretty much unchallenged. Hence why Arsenal have not really made a big push for Semenyo. And as much as people want to say, oh, Martinelli's not that good, people want to say fake news, obviously. All right. Diga, are you a washing machine? What the hell are you talking about? What is this guy talking about? Anyways, yeah, some people saying fake news. I'm not trying to show you guys any fake news. I'm literally just trying to show you guys what they are talking about and some of the rumors. So yeah, that is the stuff about Rodrygo. I do think Rodrygo is open to leave, and that is valid. But will it actually happen? I doubt it. Will he actually join Arsenal? I doubt it. I think the moment the season started, I think that's our starting players for the remainder of the season. And as much as everybody else will be making reports about this player and that player, no, are the shirts washable? I'm pretty sure they are. I watched this one. I had no problem. I watched this one. I had no problem. Nothing came off. I could show you. Nothing came off. These are all washable. I never had any issues with it. I washed this one also. Never had any issues with it. The badges are embroidered. The stitch. These are stitched in, so they're perfectly fine. And the things don't come off, so they're definitely washable, my friend. Go check it out. Check it out. I also have one of these. This is like the baseball shirt version of Arsenal. Check it out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get on to the next thing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Some of the stuff about Vini Jr. to Vinicius to Arsenal don't make sense. Vinicius to Arsenal does not make sense in my opinion. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't even see the rumors. Like I've looked around. I've not seen any rumors of Vinicius to Arsenal. So I've seen Vini to Chelsea. I've seen that. I've seen Vinicius to Chelsea rumors, but I've not seen anything about Vini to Arsenal. So you guys can forget about Vinicius Jr. in my opinion. That's not going to happen. But what I have seen is Adeyemi. Now, this one here, let's look into it. Let's see if there's any truth to it. Let's see if there's any rumors. Now, of course, we already signed Eze. I don't know why why it's even pulling up Eze. What's going on? Adeyemi to Arsenal, not Eze to Arsenal. What the hell? what is going on? Here we go. So Dortmund's Adeyemi. This rumor started originally early December. December 2nd, we heard Arsenal are weighing up a move for Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi, and he's currently 23 years old. He's starting to improve his goal scoring ability in the last couple seasons, and he's getting more end product. That is the most important thing. He's starting to improve his end product. I don't see this happening in January either, but we are linked to him. He is another player we are linked to. Personally, for me, he needs to improve his end product by a lot before we start talking about this guy. As you can see here, his end product is extremely poor. Last time I checked, Adeyemi has some of the worst end products. 1 second. Let's check Adeyemi's FootMob account. Last time I checked, Adeyemi has some of the worst end products I've seen. Yeah, no. Look at that. Look at that. Entire seasons where he's playing 32 plus games. This is decent, 12 goals. But how many in the league? 7 goals in the league in 25 games. 15 games, 4 goals. 1. Is he any better than Martinelli? I'm not going to lie to you. He's really fast, but is he any better than Martinelli? I don't think he is. And why would we then sign a player who I just think is on the same level as Martinelli? I don't know. Some people saying they would love him, but what does he really bring? Pace? He doesn't really have the end product either. Now, maybe we can say we can improve the end product, but then even then, if you're not already firing in the Bundesliga, what makes you think you're going to come over to the Premier League and start firing in goals? Like, I don't know if it's going to translate. I need to see something that tells me it's going to translate, and I just don't have the evidence to say that Adeyemi joining Arsenal will translate in the best light. I don't know. I personally would not think this is a smart idea from Arsenal to go and sign him. I don't think this is going to happen. I wouldn't encourage Arsenal to go and make this move. Personally, for me, I would stay clear. Let somebody else let somebody like Aston Villa sign him. And if he does well, he does well. But I don't think he is ready for that big move to a top club. He's been at Dortmund for years, and I've seen him underperform consistently at Dortmund to the point where it was on him why they didn't win certain trophies. So I don't want to sign this guy. Personally, for me, he's extremely fast, but outside of that, doesn't offer me anything. And yes, he can play on either wing, versatility, but is he any better than Martinelli? I honestly don't think so. A player who I would consider Arsenal signing is the next target. The next target is I'm very interested in him. He's currently playing in the African Cup of Nations. His name is Brahim Díaz. Now, Brahim Díaz has been linked to Arsenal in the past. Now, this report is not coming from the most reliable sources. It's coming from sources in Spain. Spanish sources are known for sometimes just putting stuff out there that's not 100% accurate. So we do have to take it with a grain of salt. But this one here, Brahim Díaz, interests me very much so. Somebody who previously worked at Man City with Mikel Arteta. It would cost us around 43 million reportedly if Real Madrid wanted to move off from him. This could be in a similar situation to a Martin Odegaard deal where they have a talented player who they just don't have the game time to play him consistently. And if he came to Arsenal, he could probably explode. Brahim Díaz, Arteta has previously worked with him, which there's rumors about Kai Havertz potentially going back to Germany. And in that case, we might go and get another left winger rather than another striker. We have so many strikers. Liverpool and Tottenham are also interested in him. This was reported back in December. But yeah, January 5th, the Moroccan attacking midfielder Brahim Díaz has been linked to an Arsenal January transfer move. I doubt that this will happen in January as this source is not reliable, but Brahim Díaz is a player who I would actually consider, especially with the fact that he has a little bit better end product than the likes of others. Although he's not even shown it consistently, in a Real Madrid shirt, you have to remember that a large majority of these games, he's coming off the bench. He's not starting. I don't know how many games he's actually starting consistently. I don't know how many games he's actually being asked to be a main threat. He's been playing as a right winger predominantly for Real Madrid this season in 12 games, and he's barely started. Look at that. Look at that. 1 start, 2 starts in the league all season. A player who's had 2 starts in the league all season is not going to produce too much GA. In the Champions League, also the same thing. He's only had 1 start. He has a lot of potential. You could see if he joins Arsenal, what he could do. But once again, it's not really the finished product. Overall, we're going to be looking at a player who is very raw, and still with him being the age of 26 years old, he's never shown it at a consistent level to say that, hey, he is going to produce for us either. I'm not a big fan of this signing. If we're going to spend 43 million on a player, is he better than what we already have in Leandro Trossard and Martinelli? I 100% don't know. These are the questions I have to ask myself. Is he 100% better than what we already currently have? He would play as a right winger, in my opinion, majority of his career. He played as a left winger 40 times. He's played as a striker down the middle. He's played as an attacking midfielder a large portion of his career also. Personally, for me, we already have Eze. We already have Nani Madueke. I don't know if we need Brahim Díaz. To me, it doesn't seem like the best fit. He's already 26 also. I just think with his age, forget about the price and the lack of consistency at the top level. I don't know if we're going to be dropping top dollar for him. At first, when I said this, I did not even think I would have been saying this, but I might actually go and get Adeyemi before I get Brahim Díaz, just because of the age. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's at Real Madrid. Maybe it's because he doesn't get much game time. But part of me is thinking, what's the chances of him taking a big leap coming into the Arsenal team? And is this the type of risk that we need to take? Or should we go and get more sure things? I don't know. You guys let me know. Personally, for me, looking at this, it does seem like an affordable price. But is this an upgrade on Trossard? Is this an upgrade on Martinelli? At this moment in time, I can't say it 100% is. He's previously played in the Premier League also for Manchester City for maybe a handful of games. I don't know. Personally, for me, I would rather Arsenal go in heavy for the next person that I'm going to speak about, which is, of course, Juventus's superstar. The Juventus superstar is the player we have been linked to the most and excites me the most. This man is a game changer, and he's probably one of the best players in the Serie A. We have been linked to him since November. Since November, we have been linked to him. Since November, we have been speaking about Yıldız, the Turkish superstar, the Juventus superstar. He is the guy. If there's anybody who we're going to sign, he is the guy. This is the guy. If anybody out there that we're going to sign that's going to come in and I think is going to be 100% an upgrade on what we currently have, I would say is Yıldız. His ability to play on that left flank and do what Bukayo Saka does on the right, basically. His ability to also join in the middle. His end product has been improving, but Liverpool are also interested in him. Juventus currently are in a situation where they're trying to get him tied down to a new contract. And that is another obstacle if Arsenal are going to go ahead and try to sign him. But I don't think this is going to be a January transfer signing. This does look like Juventus are insisting he is not for sale. So as much as we like him and the scouts are following him and Arsenal wants to sign him, it looks like Juventus are not going to back down and they're not going to let him go by any means. They're not going to let him go. He does have a little bit better end product. Specifically this season also, if you look at it, he has played majority of his minutes as a left winger or / second striker, similar to Eze, as somebody in the comment section says. I agree. You can see here, Decent amount. 7 goals, 7 assists in all comps. Not bad. Not bad. Compare that to what he did last season. What did he do last season? Last season, he finished with 12 goals, 9 assists. Not bad. And he's still only 20 years old. He's only getting better. This is just the beginning. The potential is what you're paying for with Yıldız. And I do think a lot of people are going to end up saying, you know what, he might be the guy. Great with both feet. Yep. Another ball at feet player on the left. We don't have Trossard and Eze already. Fairs. Some people having some criticism already, but I do think Yıldız is probably the most ambitious potential signing that we've spoken about on that side of the pitch. I don't think we have too many other left wing options that we have spoken about that are on that similar type of level. Now there is one more that we can talk about. There is one more player. There's a couple more actually that we can talk about. Another one is this man here. I forget how to pronounce his name, but we heard about him back in December. Juan Mateto. How do you pronounce his name? What the hell? How do you pronounce that name? Let me see.
Jean Matteo Bahoya.
Jean Matteo Bahoya. So rumor has it that Jean Matteo Bahoya, Arsenal are keeping a close eye on him. He is out of his contract. He has a contract until 2029. So they want a decent amount of money. But reports came out a couple months ago that Arsenal were interested in him back at the 3rd of December. He's another left winger that we have been linked to. He's another player that we've been linked to, and another Bundesliga player that we have been linked to. He's having apparently he might be having a good season because Frankfurt, I know they've scored a lot of goals, so he might be amongst one of those guys who scored all those goals. Let's see what his stats are like. Only 2 goals in 14 games in the Bundesliga. What are we saying? What is he saying? Like, how is that? How is this? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people scoring goals at Frankfurt, and how is he not getting much game time? I don't know where these rumors are coming from, but here's another player we've been linked to. I don't know. This seems like an upside signing. Maybe one of those cheap, like you throw 20 million at it. But I don't know if this is actually going to happen. Another player who we're linked to, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, I know some people are excited about it, but no official, 100% guarantees. I see some Arsenal fans already tweeting about it too. I don't know enough about him personally to be giving you a detailed analysis on this guy. But one thing I will tell you is it does seem like that left winger market, there's going to be a lot of left wingers that we're going to be looking at. Another left winger that we're going to be looking at is Saad El-Mala. Saad El-Mala is another one who we're looking at. These are all left wingers that Arsenal have been looking at. This is another Bundesliga left winger who plays for Cologne. He's 19 years old. He, if I'm not mistaken, he is he Egyptian or what is he? Oh, he's German. He previously played for Barcelona under Hansi Flick. What? What's going on? Man City are even linked to him? Interesting. Yeah, so I seen rumors about him being linked to Arsenal also. I don't know enough about this guy either. This is another one of those players. 6 goals in the Bundesliga this season. Where has he played majority of the season? He's played on the left wing. As you can see, we're constantly being linked to left wingers. Another 20-year-old left winger that we're being linked to. So with another youngster at left wing being linked to us, that's going to cost around 40 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes some of these links, I just feel like they're links, but they're not guaranteed 100%. Some of these links are just like, I feel like they're just throwing darts at a table. Just trying to see what sticks. Some of the rumors, they're just getting thrown around left, right, and center. You can't take it too serious. The next one, though, really got a lot of people excited today on Twitter. I've seen a lot of people getting really excited about the possibility of Arsenal going and signing Newcastle's right back, who's currently injured, actually. He got injured in the Arsenal game. But Livramento, Tino Livramento, has been linked to a move to Arsenal. Yes, Livramento has been linked to a move to Arsenal. And I was a little bit shocked. Nice jacket. Thank you. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. Tino Livramento has been linked to a move to Arsenal. And this report comes from the ever so unreliable transfer.net, transfernet.com. They are the most one of the more unreliable sources in football, so I can't really take this source legitimate. But what I can tell you is what it does say is that Newcastle's Tino Livramento has emerged as a leading target for Arsenal into an unclear whether the club will make a move for the fullback in January. Why would we make a move for the fullback in January when he's not fit? Second of all, the sporting director has identified the 23-year-old as a player who will fit the profile they are targeting. So I don't know if we're actually looking for a right back in January, but it doesn't seem like we are actually looking for a right back in January. I don't know why we are linked to a right back in January, but this is the report, and it came from one of the more unreliable sources. So yeah, Arsenal set to make Livramento. Yes, please. I don't know. I think he's a good player. Maybe this is maybe it's not a January move, but it's probably a summer move, in my opinion, if he is fit and available and he comes back from his injury well. But I don't know what his injury status is. Has he played recently? Is he back from injury? Rumor has it that Timo Livramento is back at St. James's Park walking ahead of match days. Did he play any minutes recently? I don't know. I need to check that to see if he played any minutes recently. Is Livramento back to full fitness? Could this actually be a transfer that happens sooner than later? I don't know. One thing I do know is if Arsenal are serious about getting Livramento, it's going to cost us a pretty penny. It's going to cost us a pretty penny because Newcastle are not going to be cheap. Newcastle are going to ask for a decent amount of money in return. And yeah, Livramento's back to full fitness. He's back to full fitness. He wasn't even injured for that long. He was injured from September 28th to November 22nd. His injury, he got over that quick. I don't know. I don't think we're going to go and sign Livramento, but he does fit the bill. He's 23 years old. He can play right back. He can play left back. He's an England international, and if Ben White leaves or somebody English leaves the club, we will be looking for another English player to come in and fill in the quota per se. So could it be an English quota signing? Could this actually be a legitimate signing? We'll have to wait and see. In my opinion, I think this could happen, but this would be a summer move, and I just don't trust the sources right now that are floating about. There seems to be so many different sources floating about. He would be a good backup for Arsenal. But yeah, I don't know. I like Timo, but I'd rather go get a Ching Pong. I don't know if Chelsea would sell any of their young up-and-coming players. They don't want to sell any of their players at this moment in time, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that is the rumor around him. Now, there is another player who Arsenal are also looking at that's a defender. I've been seeing Arsenal are linked to defenders a lot lately. There's a left back called Nathan Brown. Left back called Nathan Brown, who has gotten a lot of attention from a lot of people. He currently plays over there in the Bundesliga, and he plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. He has been linked to a lot of clubs. When I say a lot of clubs, I mean a lot of clubs. Tottenham have been linked to him. Man United have been linked to him. Man City have been linked to him. You can see here the list of clubs that he has been linked to. left, right, and center. This player is also on a list where they say that Arsenal are also keeping an eye out on the 22-year-old left back who is lighting it up. Apparently he's lighting it up. So we're going to have to wait and see. Keep an eye out. Let's see what happens. In my opinion, I don't think anything's going to happen with us signing another left back right now, especially with Nketiah and Mazu, Skelly, and everybody else. I don't think that's going to happen, but we are linked to these players. These players are linked to a lot of players, a lot of clubs. I do think there are slightly agent links more than actual club links. But yeah, these are some of the things that we need to discuss with the transfer window. What is legit? What is fake? This is what we need to determine based off of the January transfer window. There's also this Spanish kid, that we're linked to. He's basically like the Johnny Reiners, but better defensively, says this person here. He has been linked to Arsenal, and reports came out that Arsenal are prepared to think about it. The 21-year-old is extremely talented and has a £17 million release clause and has been tipped to be the successor to Cesc Fabregas. Now, some of these articles are sensationalized. You can't take it too serious. When they start saying stuff like, oh, the next Cesc, you can't take it too serious. You got to just take it with a grain of salt. You can't be like, these guys are not being real when they say some of these things. But in my opinion, this right here, this youngster, young midfielder, if he is as good as they say he is, he could be £100 million signing if he makes a move to like a Brighton first, or if he makes a move to like some team in Europe that will showcase his skill set the best. I don't think going from where he is right now straight into Arsenal will happen. I think we might just be a level too high for a 21-year-old to just come straight into our team for 17 million. He's probably gonna need a little bit more experience before we can go before we sign him and take a chance on him. So I don't think this happens. I don't even think Man City go ahead and get him. I think he's getting linked to all these clubs, but sometimes some of these guys, they need another bridge club somewhere where they can actually get game time, continue to develop, and by the time they're 22 or 23, they will then get that big money move, similar to what Anderson's doing this season with Nottingham Forest. He went from Newcastle to Forest, and now he's getting consistent minutes, showcasing his talent, and he's going to get a big move. Sorry, guys, I'm a little tired, but yeah. Next, we got another link. They're saying this is the next guy that we're talking about. They're saying he's the Serbian. They're saying that he's a Serbian Declan Rice. The Serbian Declan Rice, they call him. He can score goals. He can play from the midfield. He is. They say he's an excellent midfielder who can also play center back, and he has an eye for goal. He can create. He does all the defensive work, and he's an air duel monster. And he has been linked to the Arsenal role. What? He does set pieces also? Yeah, set piece kings. That's what we are. But yeah, where is it? Here it is. D Talking Arsenal once again reports that Arsenal are showing interest in Club Brugge's Alexander. Now, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name, but of course, however, Inter Milan are also have a £23 million buyback clause for next summer. So if we don't go for him now, this could be potentially a situation where somebody else comes in for him. Now, this is rumored to be like a Declan Rice type player, somebody who we're going to get signed as like a backup to Declan Rice. But if we do that, what happens with Moreno? What happens with Norgard? Is this a signing for January? I don't think so. Is this a signing for the summer? Possibly. Could some players have to leave for a player like this to happen? I think so. I don't think we're going to get a lot of these players that we're linked to are most likely are not January signings. A lot of these midfielders are most likely summer signings. That is the reality. We need to understand that. A lot of these transfer links are are not for the January, but they need to talk about something in January. So they're going to mention summer signings in January just to keep the discussions and the conversations open. Let me find out what's going on. Next one, before we go any further, 35, 29. Okay, so the next one is this man, and he is from Marseille. The rumor has it that this attacking midfielder, this youngster, is quite good, and he would be another player who would be potentially joining us that's quite young, has scope to grow. He would be a winger. I don't know how good he is. I've never watched him. I can't give you a fair analysis on him, but what I can tell you, he's extremely young, 18 years old. We're buying potential at that point. He might not even be a signing for the first team right away. He might be a signing to go into the academy originally. And these are the kind of academy signings that you make when the players are young. You bring them in and you see what you can do with them. Both Arsenal and Chelsea have been linked to try to sign him. And he was linked to Chelsea. He's been linked to Arsenal. Barcelona also reportedly dropped interest into the guy. Seems like Chelsea and Arsenal are battling it out for the 18-year-old signature. We'll see if he does open the door to leave Marseille, what happens, how much Marseille would get a compensation, or if there's a transfer fee involved. We'll see. But right now, there's an offer on the table at Marseille. If he doesn't take that offer and he comes to Arsenal, he will get himself a really, really reasonable offer. If he goes to Chelsea, same thing. But yeah, that's the situation right now. This is possibility more of a free transfer, or just to see where things lie, testing our waters with a young, talented player that could be potentially making a move. Now, with that being said, there's also another Arsenal player. This is probably the first signing of Arsenal's transfer window, and it's nothing exciting. Arsenal are ready to sign a youngster from Blackburn. If Arsenal do make an addition in the January transfer window, it will most likely be youngsters joining the academy. And this is a 17-year-old kid from Blackburn Rover who could be potentially joining Arsenal this transfer window. Joining us from Blackburn Rover. Very young kid, very talented. Rumor has it that he's not going to be ready for the first team, I don't think, in my opinion. But a lot of people have been speaking about him as a very good quality player, and we'll see. This is some of these guys that we sign, that we bring into the first team. Some of these prospects that we bring in for the first team might never make it, but at the same time, you need to continue to invest in the youth, because then it will save you millions in the future. Look at some of the signings that we've made for like Martinelli when he was young. Some of these guys will potentially save you millions in the future if you sign them while they're very young. And yeah, he's rejected professional contracts at other clubs, and he will be joining Arsenal potentially. So we'll wait and see once that's officially okayed and once that's officially done. But yeah, he rejected a 2.2 million last summer. They rejected a £2.2 million bid last summer from Arsenal. So it looks like we definitely are seriously on the case for this signing. We'll just have to wait and see where we go from here. Next, the next one is none other than the Lille midfielder Ayyoub. Ayyoub has signed a new contract. And he most likely will not be available. Then you have the link to him joining Arsenal over December, still monitoring the situation. I doubt they will get a deal done. I doubt that this will happen. Only reason why I doubt it is because they signed a new contract. With him signing a new contract, I don't think this will happen. I don't see it happening just because we signed a new contract. I just don't see it happening. Next, we have AC Milan. AC Milan left back that we're linked to also. We're linked to so many players right now. The AC Milan left back is another quality player that's linked to a lot of different jobs. I just don't see this happening either. We're monitoring the situation, but to me, it just doesn't make sense for us to go and splash the cash on another left back, another defender. Unless somebody's leaving in the summer, that's the only way I see it. Right now, January, I don't think we're going to go bring in another left back to disrupt things. It will disrupt too many things, in my opinion. That's just the situation that I'm saying with that. Next, we have the situation with Marc Guehi. Marc Guehi is probably going to end up at Man City. Let's be honest. Marc Guehi has been linked to the Man City job, to Man City lately. Rumor has it that Man City are seriously looking to bring him in. Gvardiol's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Rúben Díaz is out for 6 weeks potentially. So with that being said, they're escalating the rumors to go and get Marc Guehi. Sorry. I don't think Marc Guehi is going to join anybody else right now. I think Man City is probably the best option for him. If he rejects them, I'll be shocked. I will actually be shocked. If he rejects Manchester City, I'll be shocked. Who will he be waiting for? Will he be waiting for Liverpool? Will Liverpool come in for him in January? I don't know. All I know is Marc Guehi to Arsenal is not happening. Marc Guehi is probably going to be joining Manchester City. Yeah, so that is that. And then finally, if there's any more rumors, it's Rúben Neves to Arsenal. This was a weird rumor. Rúben Neves has apparently been offered to Arsenal on a loan. Basically, the Portuguese midfielder has been offered to come back to the Premier League. Manchester United have been offered his services. He's keen on a return. My understanding is that Arsenal are open to adding a holding midfielder in the window if the right opportunity presents itself. Could this be a situation where Arsenal let Ethan go out on loan and they go and bring in Rúben Neves on loan? Could that be the possibility? Could we go and bring in a Rúben Neves on loan, and could we then see Ethan go out on loan? That would be a potential in and out that might happen. But at the same time, I just doubt it. I doubt any of these transfers happen right now. The only ones that I think could really happen is like a loan deal, or if Arsenal do make some sales, potentially some players coming in there. But it's mostly going to be youngsters, academy players. This transfer window is most likely going to be very quiet. I might not be doing as many videos as always. There might not be as much to talk about. But today I thought I'd just do a quick roundup discussing every single topic needed, letting you guys know what you needed to hear. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I gave you guys a quick little roundup on everything necessary to discuss around Arsenal and around everything else. Hopefully now I can just quickly go through some stuff on my way out of before we go out. My next thing that I was going to mention was, of course, we are playing Liverpool, and we are playing Liverpool on Thursday. So I will be doing some Liverpool videos around Liverpool and Arsenal and everything else in a bit. Also, we do have a little bit of a favorable schedule from now to the end of the season, as Arsenal will have a bunch of home games against some of the top teams, where Man City will have a bunch of away games versus the top teams. That's a big difference between the two of us. And personally for me, I'm quite excited to see what we do for the rest of the season, as I do think we're going to go on to win the league. People are speaking about Gyokeres. I just wanted to mention Victor Gyokeres. Declan Rice had a lot to say about Gyokeres yesterday, and there's even a lot of fans that are noticing that there's a very interesting stat with Victor Gyokeres, that when he plays, we are actually a much better team. statistically, we are a much better team when Victor Gyokeres is on the pitch. When he plays, there's about, is it me or Victor Gyokeres is just doing his job that people are not noticing, because we're scoring more goals, we're getting more wins, and we're consistently performing. Outside of he when he got injured, we played Sunderland, we dropped points. We played what do you call it? We played the game versus Chelsea. He was injured against the Sunderland game, and obviously we drew that game. We drew against Chelsea and we drew against Villa. But the games that he was available, 17 of them are wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Looks very good. And Declan Rice even spoke about it. Declan Rice spoke out and said, like, Victor Gyokeres is doing his job. Victor Gyokeres is doing a great job. They love it. And I'll show you guys the video right now in 1 second. Let me pull it up. Big up to you guys. You guys are calling this a jacket. It's not a jacket. It's a training top. Listen to this.
And a big role in your first goal by Victor Gyokeres as well, holding the ball up and making a nuisance of himself.
Yeah, it's tough for him because he's got 2 defenders on him all game, you know, all over him. So he has to use his strength. He has to do whatever he can to help the team. And, you know, with that first goal, without him making that run from Gabby's flick and holding it and setting it off to Martin, you know, the goal wouldn't have happened. So, you know, that was a pivotal moment in the game for us, you know, to turn the game on its head. So it was massive. And like I said, I see this guy every day. I see his finishing. I see how hard he hits a ball. When that space arrives for him and the ball's arriving at his feet to score goals, he will 100% score. But in a minute, defenders in the Premier League, you know, they want to be able to stop Victor Gyokeres because he's one of the best strikers in the world, and that happens naturally, you know, when you play against the best players. So trust me, he's doing unbelievable for us. You know, we wouldn't be where we are without him. So let's keep trying to feed him, keep trying to get him on the score sheet. But if not, you know, the way he's helping the team's massive. So it's good.
And finally, nice for each other, nice memory here, as you said.
Good things.
Facts. There we go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, Vader is good. Give us space up front. Yeah, Victor is really good at doing that. Ega, question. I don't think he is turned down any move in January. He gets a big sign bonus as a free agent in the summer. I get it that he gets a big signing bonus as a free agent in the summer, but if they incentivize him to leave in January by giving him decent wages also, why not? Really and truly, he knows the figures he was going to get at Liverpool. If the figures that he's going to get now are going to be much better, Man City is one club that might be willing to pay that kind of money because they're in a crisis right now with the amount of injuries that they have. They might be willing to spend whatever it takes. Shout out to you, Tim. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys do like the video, people. We are almost 50 minutes into the video, and I don't think we have too many likes. I don't like that. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Not really too much transfer news. So I thought instead of doing a shit video every single day, I might as well do a big, nice video for you guys like I did today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love, people. You guys already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. We're out of here. Peace.